Hello and welcome to another episode of the Confidently Lost Podcast. I'm DeMonte Jameson.
I'm Aaron Kraft, and
it's a snow day.
It's a snow day.
No school.
No, dude,
it's cold.
School's out.
School's out.
We need to go throw snowballs outside.
Yeah, so we got no school today. We're chilling. It's a morning episode.
Mm-hmm.
How's your morning been, bro?
So far, I've snacked on some dining hall food before I got here, because I'm going to be honest, I woke up hungry. Had a little cold pizza, and then came up here, walked through the cold, which honestly isn't bad. I figured, I walked out at first with shorts and a t-shirt on, because I was like, I wasn't
How dare you?
Yeah, it was like, I walked outside, you know when you open a door, and just whatever climate is out there just hits you in the face like a tsunami wave?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, you just get a big burst of it.
I immediately turned back around, just threw on the first, long pair of pants and hoodie I could find, and then you walk back out.
So I worked yesterday when the snow was happening.
Yeah.
My car's in the shop, so luckily I didn't have to drive there.
Yeah.
If you don't know, I drive a coupe, so it's 3 inches from the ground.
Yeah.
And in snow, it sucks to drive in the snow.
Oh, yeah.
So, once I realized my car's in the shop,
You're like,
how am I going to drive?
Oh.
My mechanic's like, we got you, bro. I'm like, bro, bet.
That is so nice, though.
Yeah, but my car sucks in the snow, man.
My Camry outside, it's got front wheel drive. It can go in the snow.
Yeah.
However, I won't lie. When I was driving back from work, also I work 15 minutes away, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have to take the interstate.
Yeah.
And I got there. I had a morning shift, and so I got there, and it was just pouring snow at
Really?
12 o'clock, and my boss
Yeah.
she was like, yeah, we'll close at 6, and when it was 6, it was pitch black,
Bro.
just
We
snowing.
didn't even close. We were one of the only stores that just didn't close.
Really?
Last night. Yeah, because all the other stores were closing, so we kept having people come in and call us and being like, "Are you guys open today?
Are you guys open? I need my latte."
are you guys gonna be closing early or something?"
No.
I wish.
The only reason why we close is because it depends on the schools, and a lot of schools closed, and so they're like, okay, at this rate, we might as well just close.
Yeah, that's true. Because it is it's kind of like an after school volunteer kind of club type of thing.
Plus, the drive back, did you drive back in a truck?
Yeah. So they drove me in this big tow truck.
Really?
And you know how the roads over here they kind of sucks.
Yeah.
They're rebuilding them, so they're bumpy. So they're driving me in this big tow truck and it has 16, 14 wheels on it. So I feel every bump. There's so in your car you go through one bump, and there's eight of them bitches, bro. There's so many.
Dude, I remember driving back. I got on the phone with Ashley, and then I also got on the phone. I remember my mom called me up, but she's like, "Aaron, stay off of the interstate. Do not go avoid the interstate."
Yeah.
And I was driving through, and there was one point. I don't know have you ever had your traction control just give out at one point,
I don't
or
know.
just your tires at all, you kind
you kind of try to stop and it just keeps going anyway. Yeah, bro.
I've never had that happen. I've never driven through a snow day.
It happens often for me because of my car.
I remember I was going down a hill, and my traction control, I remember the little gauge started flickering.
Oh, a hill.
And I tried to brake, and I kept moving. And granted, there were no cars, but I was like,
yeah, bro, I would have been scared.
And I remember I was on the phone with Ashley, and she was like, "You okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I just kind of shit my pants a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I've never had that happen to me before."
That happens to me without heels. So with a heel,
Really?
I'd probably be screwed.
A hockey puck going into a stoplight. Yeah. No, but snow days, all in all, I have a love and hatred for snow days. I love them because it's it's snow. The snow.
It's a double-edged sword because it allows you not to have to do your responsibilities, but it also allows you can't do anything.
You can't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, you really can't enjoy the free day you've now been given.
Yeah, and it's snow in and of itself is such a pretty weather type.
It is. I was saying that on my drive. It looks. I was like, I don't like the feeling of the snow, but I can't lie. It looks good. Yeah.
Because I remember I was driving through, and I was driving through a neighborhood, and there were trees hanging over the road, and there was just snow hitting the windshield, and the trees were covered in snow. I was like, this.
When you see the hills and stuff, and it's just snow.
I was like, this is beautiful. I was like, dang, I forgot how beautiful snow was.
It does look good.
And
I will admit that.
I will say one last thing before we go to the next topic. Ashley and I actually went to Carol Ann to go sledding last night, right? I say last night. It was at maybe 8, 7-ish, just because we were it's getting dark. We don't want to be out there for too long.
Right.
And granted, the lights were on, but we don't have a sled. Like, we didn't have a sled. So you want to know what we used? We used a Tupperware container. Like a clear Tupperware container. And it actually worked. It was fun.
I feel like people do that.
Dude, it was fun as hell because we were like, she sat on the lid, I sat inside the actual container, and we were sledding down. It was actually really fun.
Nice, yeah, that sounds fun.
Where we went wrong was, you know in Caroline, where there's that, like, behind the big hill, there's like a bunch of rocks?
Yeah.
Well, the rocks were covered in snow. I didn't know that. And so I'm going down, I like went in the middle, I went down this Tupperware container, and I hit the rocks. It sounded like the Lego breaking sound effect. Like, it just like blew up around me. I was fine, but I remember I got up, and I remember I picked it up, and it, like, pieces just fell off of the Tupperware container. It's in my car right now, but I was like, oh no. And as I was doing that, Ashley was also going down.
So like the container cracked?
Oh yeah, the container cracked. Yeah. The container's toast. And then she went down, the lid just melted. Like the lid, like she hit the rocks too. They were both fine, but the lid just turned into confetti.
Oh wow.
We were both like, shit, because I was using that Tupperware container for stuff. I had taken stuff out of it to use it, and I was like, well,
bro's out of the container now.
I was like, now what am I gonna do? And I was like, you know what, whatever, it'll be fine. And we did the walk of shame back to my car, but
I mean, at least you had fun.
Oh yeah, it was fun. Don't get me wrong, I love sledding. Sledding is such an underrated thing to do.
I've never sledded before. That's something I need to do.
We better change that.
Yeah, we gotta change it. We gotta change
it.
But something else I wanted to talk about. So I was just thinking about it. Cats are better than dogs to have as a pet.
Really?
I said it.
You said it?
I said it.
Okay.
Here's why.
Let's hear it.
I think it's you having to take care of them and how much it just takes to do it, and just the genetic makeup of how they act. For example, I used to have a dog in my house, and call it generalizing, but I've seen quite a bit of it. Like just even without my dog, that dog would chew the walls. He would run around outside and like break. Houses sometimes there's like pillars outside there, kind of like just like.
Oh, they're like
things holding like the wall up and not really just
they're kind of there for decoration.
Yeah. He knocked that over because he was just going crazy and just looped around and just literally pulled it off of the like foundation. Yes, he broke my brother's PlayStation 4 because he was just being rowdy and crazy.
Really?
He broke his bed frame. Also, he chewed some of the corners of our walls in our house off. Like some of the corners are just like wood because he chewed like. From what I've seen, a lot of dogs, and yeah, you gotta train them, but like that's a whole like another.
That's a whole.
That's a whole another responsibility on top of having a dog. You gotta like do all this training stuff. Sure, if they're not trained or whatever, they can act like that. But man, from what I've seen, bro, they do not care. Like they will eat anything they see. They will terrorize anything they see. Are they cute? Or can they be cute?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Can they be a good companion? Yes. But I think the house was more worth than having it, rather than a cat. Because what I've seen from cats, they'll either just walk around, not even bothering you. Two, they'll just like kind of just try to like get on the couches, but not like scratch them, just like kind of they'll occupy themselves to where it's not destructive.
Yeah.
From what I've seen. They're cute and they don't get nearly as big. Like the maximum size a cat is getting is like your
like maybe like this big.
Yeah, like a Yorkie or something.
Yeah, I will say one thing. I do agree with you in the sense of dogs. They can be rowdy. However, I will say, from my personal experience, obviously my experience could be a bit different.
Yeah, cause like saying like I just had my personal experience too. So like yeah.
We had a dog. My family had a dog named Abby, and she was just this chilled out dog. She did not care. She essentially.
I do see chilled out dogs, but the ratio is so rare. That's why I say that, because every time I will like see a dog that just chills, I'm like look at him just chilling, not doing too much.
She would just play around. Like granted, I had her I had her for a long time. Like I had her from like when I was 3, I believe, to like last year.
Yeah.
And she was genuinely one of the chillest. She was one of the chillest. She was.
Mine was a Rottweiler.
A Rottweiler. Mine was like.
And I heard they're like already really rowdy.
Oh yeah, Rottweilers are pretty rowdy. See, Abby was weird because what I think she was a golden retriever and German Shepherd mix kind of thing. We found her on the side. Apparently my dad found her on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And granted, we didn't really train her. We only trained her to like go like sit, like go outside.
Yeah.
But she was just chilling the whole time. Like, she would just walk around, mind her own business. However, we did have a dog named Torque.
Mm-hmm.
I love Torque, but God, he was annoying. Because I had him when I was in elementary school, and there would be times where we would open the front door, and I forget what breed he was, but he would just bolt out the front door. Yeah. And then, granted, I'm not gonna lie, there were some times I kind of like did it on purpose so I wouldn't have to go to school in the morning because we would then have to go find Torque.
Yeah, to chase him and
and it would take like an hour.
Oh wow!
And I'd secretly be in my mind like,
yeah, I mean, bro, but just stuff like that would like piss me off.
Oh no, because it's like
I hate things becoming houses
when
they don't have to.
Because it's like, come inside, like come on, let's go back inside, and the dog is just like, and then runs the other direction. It's like Like, I will say, I could see how it would be annoying. I feel like in this sense, it depends though, because cats
definitely depends.
I will agree that cats are better household pets.
Yeah.
However, I believe say you have a bigger house with a big I think it's big backyard.
For like utility and like just for how they can be helpful. In general to you dogs. Yeah, I agree. Dogs can definitely.
And plus, it's not necessarily I'm not saying at all that you have to in no way at all am I saying you have to abuse a dog to get it to discipline.
Yeah.
But there are ways that granted it'll take time, but if you have that patience, there are ways you can teach your dog easily to sit or to shake or to go to the bathroom outside. I mean, hell, someone taught their dog how to use the actual bathroom.
Yeah.
So it's possible. It's just a very patient and grueling task.
Unfortunately, it's not in my DNA.
Where cats recently, not super recent, we got a cat, and her she literally we got a litter box. She figured it out herself, and she goes outside. We have a little cat door. She'll go outside and come back in.
They're just more.
They're more intelligent.
Yeah, they're more intelligent and they're more perceptive about stuff. So once if they're around the area for so long, they'll eventually get accustomed to it. Cats will be scared of new areas, much more than dogs will. I will say, but in terms of them just analyzing the area around them and knowing what to do and what not to do, they usually
take their time.
Get it. Yeah.
It's the thing is though too.
And they're cute.
I know that I won't lie. Cute. I won't lie. Cats are cute. I love cats. Our cat at home is so cute. I won't lie. I'll kind of sit there and be like,
oh. Look at you.
They'll do one thing, be like, oh. But I will say that personally, I'm more on the dog spectrum. But I do love some cats. Cats are. I'll always welcome cats. I don't hate cats.
Did I ever tell you why I can never get a cat?
Why?
Like my house. So my mom, the dog was my brother's dog because my mom let him get a dog. So I was like, "Hey, can I get a cat?" She doesn't like cats.
Oh.
According to her, cats are always up to something. And I get it.
I kind of see.
Yeah, I get it.
See it.
But I try to tell her that, Mom, this is not Tom and Jerry. This cats aren't just gonna be plotting. Yeah, they're gonna be plotting to take over the house or go with their cat group just to conspire to take over the world. As far as we know.
Do you remember an old movie called Cats vs. Dogs?
Yep.
It was everything. It was spy stuff. And
that's probably why I think my mom thinks that.
I remember
just that and Tom and Jerry, bro.
That movie honestly set the ground for cats and dogs when I was younger.
It's too much cat propaganda, man. That movie caused the cat propaganda.
Speaking of my cat's name.
That movie was the cause of cat propaganda, and I don't like it.
I agree with that. I will say,
but it was a good movie. It
was a good movie. That was a weird movie, though.
Very
I will say, my final rebuttal with this is I feel like cats and dogs, in my opinion, are both they're both a double-edged sword because dogs obviously are more compassionate and they like to play a lot, obviously. And I feel like it's for a person that doesn't mind doing all the extra stuff and giving the extra kind of love to a dog.
Yeah.
But a cat is also the same way, but it's more in a patient way. Because you can't really get rowdy with a cat, because then it'll get pissed and then it'll claw you, and then it's oh, well now what? Well, the worst that a dog will do is not literally, but maybe nibble you or kind of push you over. Because dogs are strong. That's the other thing. Like you said, the dog knocked over a support post.
Yeah.
Dogs are oddly strong.
For the most part, though, cats really. I mean, bro, unless it's feral, if it's cats never usually get that rowdy unless it's you're giving them a bath or something.
Yeah.
If you're trying to discipline them, calm it down, it'll let you pick it up almost every time. If you're not a complete stranger, it'll let you like at least pick it up to like just get it to wherever you gotta go to make the situation list.
I will say too, that is probably one of the best things with because of cats. You can just pick them up. You can just be like, oh, and you just got them, and then just kind of petting them. And they're just sitting there like
yeah, they'll just sit there and take it.
And then the dog's sitting like, you.
I'm gonna lick your face.
But all in all, I'll say this: that I feel like cats are better for the in-home person, the not super patient person, but patient enough.
Mm-hmm.
And dogs are for the people that have that extra patience, but also don't mind getting a little dirty.
Yeah.
Unless someone else has got a different kind of take on it, that's better than that. I feel like that's a decent way of putting it.
I'll leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
So, in other news, TikTok has been getting banned across college campuses,
including ours.
Including ours. Well, banned is a tough word. So, to be more descriptive, TikTok isn't being banned. It's pretty much being limited across like college campuses. So you can get on it. You just can't use said college's Wi-Fi or internet to access it.
Yeah.
So they can't be liable for whatever information's given because there's been this whole thing to where TikTok is like taking information from you and
like your personal data kind of thing.
I heard about that like a year or 2 years ago, like that was happening because they were almost getting closed down.
I was about to say because didn't that was when Trump was in office, right? I'm not bringing politics into it.
No. I don't think he was in office when they were talking about
it was
taking it down. I think that was new when Biden was newly in there because that was like
really?
This was like 2020, 2021 when this like
happened. Oh yeah, shit. I thought it was I thought it was farther. Was it farther?
Not 2020, man, because 2020 was like.
Let me do some quick research.
Definitely it was 2020, but yeah, they're trying to ban TikTok because your information is like susceptible to getting taken and whatnot. Me, I don't use it. I barely ever use TikTok. Ever. So it's not gonna make that much of a difference to me at all.
I use it just because it's kind of like your like not your poor man. It's kind of like a better Instagram in my opinion. I won't lie. I fell into it. I still use it to this day. I'm sucked into it.
I still prefer Instagram, but I definitely see it. Yeah. I definitely see it. I think taking it away would do more good than it will bad.
Yeah.
To me.
Because
of the brain rot it's like cause and then like the younger demographic.
The attention span, and I'm not saying like I also have this problem, so I'm kind of calling myself a hypocrite here, but like the attention span deficit is there because the thing is that it's like you know how the videos can only be below 60 seconds unless it's uploaded content. That has changed so many ways of viewing media now. Because originally, like with Instagram, you had Instagram Reels. That was what you could post whatever, right?
That is true. Because YouTube has shorts now too.
Yeah.
And so does Twitter for part. Or they were experimenting with that at first, like shorter videos.
But like the main thing is that it was short, quick content. It was short and quick to the point, and then that was it. That for a while, and I got out of it. But
you can say that it can be exploitable too because of that format.
That's true.
Because it's so easy to like just churn out content to where not a lot of thought is put into it.
And it's
like basically you can churn out content without thought while still having the maximum amount of influence in there.
Yeah.
So like when people are trying to put out well thought videos, like let's say like a YouTube video essay or something, and a 40-second TikTok could have more influence than like a 10-minute video full of like information and like in-depth analysis.
Yeah.
I think that can, to people's view, it can become destructive.
Yeah.
To TikTok.
Because it's like I say nowadays, like when I did have TikTok for I still have it, but I don't watch it as much. Like I've kind of made it to where it's just funny content more than quick content.
Yeah.
But
funny stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. There is a bit where I won't lie, I watch YouTube a lot. I love watching YouTube. YouTube is like I know there are people out there that do the same as me, where they'll pull up YouTube when they're eating. I know people do it. It's a standard.
That's all I do.
But there was a point in time where because I watched so much TikTok, I was getting bored of watching 5-minute videos, and I was like, oh my god, I've become the problem. And it was like this thing because I know that there are other people out there that are like that, and there are people now that are structuring videos to adhere that 30-second mark.
Mm-hmm.
I've been noticing something. Like when people make those informational videos, like quick ones that are like oh blah 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 blah, they talk fast. They always have the either some kind of gameplay of Minecraft parkour or something.
Just like some background stuff to keep.
And they got subtitles that are right in your face, and then they're just going as fast as you can. And that is a lot of channels now. Or channels, not like TikTok.
That's what I'm saying. It's so easy to turn out.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it, and anybody can have an influence that way.
And I personally, I don't know if you feel the same way about this. I personally hate the title of influencer.
We need to start uploading on our TikTok, speaking of that.
I know, we gotta, we said we start talking smack about TikTok.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I need to upload on here.
But I personally despise the title of influencer. For other people, I should say. Like, you and me, we're not influencers. We're content creators, I would feel like. Yeah, unless you have it, unless you see it a different way.
No.
The reason why I hate it is because I feel like people use that as a scapegoat. I feel like there are certain instances, and on TikTok, where they're like, oh yeah, I'm an influencer. What do you influence?
Yeah.
Because they'll say, like, if you ask them that, oh yeah, I influence being a better person, or this, it's like, no, do you influence that through your videos, or are you just saying that?
Yeah, it's like, is that actually what you're doing, or are you trying to find something?
A majority of TikTok creators who do that, who post those quick 30-second videos, they swear by that kind of ideology, where it's like, I influence positivity, I influence this better mood, when in reality they're just spewing out content to make a buck or something like that, and it's just like speak your mind, just say what's on your mind, dude. Like, I know a majority of them are just doing it for the money. Do
you think them banning it across colleges will affect it anyway? Realistically,
not really.
I don't think so.
Because in our colleges,
you could just use your data. I'm sure that's what every college.
No, you just turn
it on our Wi-Fi. We're not liable. You want to do it? That's you.
Plus, VPNs exist. Like, you can probably put a VPN on Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So what I'm getting from is they're just making it more of a hassle to get on, which for me, it makes me not want to get on it even more.
Yeah.
But for other people, I don't think it'll be that. I don't think it'll be the deal breaker for them.
The only thing I think personally, it's like, I kind of get it, because it's like, I know that there was a whole shtick going on a while ago where it's like, oh, TikTok's collecting your data and it's selling it to the Russians and the Chinese, and it's like, we're all gonna die. But at the same time, on that other side of the coin, do you really think anyone cares that much about, some 19-year-old
that's what I be saying. That's what I be saying. Nick, when people talk about your data's at risk, oh my God, these hackers are going to take your data. There's realistically, there's only two possible things they can really do with it that'll benefit them in any way.
Because who really cares that much about our
assets to even use it for?
What is? Oh yeah, you put a comment on there that said you should die 4 years ago. Okay, that was 4 years ago. It don't matter no more. And it's like, I just don't I kind of understand it, but I don't. I know. I mean, it's a safe thing to do. However, I feel like it's kind of going overboard, because it's like, oh yeah, we're banning TikTok from all Wi-Fi sources. Okay.
Yeah.
We have data.
I think they're just following in suit with everybody else.
Yeah, because didn't our governor pass that too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck her, by the way.
I don't know how she won.
I don't know how she went either, because I don't know anybody that liked her.
It's because she got the church to support.
Oh yeah, her dad, her parents too are politicians down here too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Wow. Anyway,
yeah.
The Splash Mountain, or the closing for Splash Mountain closed at Disney parks or resorts. I never been there, so that's bad.
I've never been there, but I've heard of it. So personally, I prefer Universal Studios over Disneyland. Universal has
all the movies and pop culture stuff instead of just Disney princess.
Plus, it's just better. I feel like if you had the choice between Universal Studios and Disneyland, you'd probably choose Universal Studios, because who wants to walk around? Oh, hiya, pals! It's me. You want to go on my ride that goes 2 miles an hour? Whereas at Universal, you got the first ride you see is called I forget what it's called.
I see Jack Sparrow some shit instead of Mickey Mouse.
It's called the Rocket. You choose your own music, and it's so fun.
Wow.
It's so fun. But the thing I put that topic down is because the Disney adults are in shambles. Now, I say Disney adults, I'm talking about the ones that are not the ones that are oh yeah, let's go to Disney World for a family vacation. Oh hey, look, it's it's Mickey.
The ones who actually like Disney a lot.
Well, no, the ones that obsessed with it. It's their whole personality.
Yeah,
There's a hidden Mickey right here.
It's a big part of their life.
Look, and they're obsessed with it. And I remember seeing a bunch of videos, like genuine videos of people crying about Splash Mountain closing. Now I get it. It's like, oh yeah, it was there for a long time, but that's happened before. A lot of rides close on other parks because they have to put new stuff there.
Yeah, and you can just add new stuff if it's been there for a while and connections going down. Just
and plus
make something new.
And plus that ride apparently was not safe for a bit. Like I mean, to my understanding, apparently that ride had some defects.
Here's the thing I've noticed.
What?
People will complain whenever something beloved is like taken away, but they won't appreciate it while it's here.
Exactly.
And that goes for anything. That goes for like family, rides. Stuff you buy. Once it's there and you have all the opportunity to like savor it, protect it and stuff to make sure it doesn't get taken away. The opportunity is never really taken to do that.
Yeah.
People usually just wait until it's gone to like be mad about it or feel any type of way about it.
And it's like, I can I can understand if like you went there as a kid, it's like, oh, Splash Mountain Glow, but it's like the when I say Disney adults, like I said, I'm talking about the ones that are like, oh my god, like. Did you know this? Did you know they're annoying about it?
Yeah. It's like oh my god, Princess and the Frog. This movie came from the exact same year as Walt Disney's opened his first ever bakery shop.
Yeah, and it's also just like it's the ones that go every year. Like they are willing to spend that much of a buck to go to the same place they've been 30 times in like 5 years.
I mean, hey man, it means a lot to people. I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna judge. Seems like an expensive habit.
It is an expensive habit,
but not for me.
Not for me either.
Not for me.
It's just like I'm not talking smack about it. I'm just talking about the people that are obsessed with it and make it their personality.
Yeah.
Because that is where it's like, okay.
Because and then when you do that, you really set yourself up for disappointment at the end of the day. Because you invest so much in something, so when it's like into something that can easily just be taken away too.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's not that you shouldn't invest in stuff you just like, but you should also be grounded in reality when you're investing in something like a ride or like a fictional property.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it can always just be taken away. I would obsess over something more solid, or what's the word?
Like tangible.
Yeah, tangible. Yeah,
more like actually has like this.
Yeah,
like
something
really
actually
this spoon.
Yes, exactly. But yeah.
And
Good to them.
I will say this too. This was kind of funny about it. Apparently, people bagged up the water of Splash Mountain because it's a water ride, and they're selling it on
to preserve.
to be like it's like the Kanye Air kind of sketch. It's like I got a bag of water from Splash Mountain.
Bag of water.
Bag of water.
Bag of water.
Bag of water. But the next topic we gonna get into is
we're gonna get to our nerd shit. We're gonna get to our nerd shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, listen. It's a new game that's coming out. There hasn't been many games out, but there's a game called Forspoken.
Yeah.
The premise of the game: you're a New Yorker.
A New Yorker.
You're transported into this magical world.
Yeah.
You got to save it. You got magical powers and shit. You can fly. You can.
Can't you do a bunch of like cool parkour and stuff like that?
Yeah. So that game was pretty hyped because it was one of the only AAA big games coming out. It's out. People already thought before it came out that it was going to be kind of mid because it didn't look that creative.
Yeah.
It didn't look that in depth. It just looked like your run of the mill action. Fighting,
like level up your character,
fighting
do
game.
whatever.
The world doesn't look that good. Came out pretty much where everyone thought. It's pretty much what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it just mid?
It was. It's not that it's a bad game. It's just like pretty much what you saw in like the trailers was like literally what you got. You
that's the game.
You didn't get any more than like what you saw pretty much.
See, I remember.
And usually when you look at a game and you want a trailer is supposed to just give you a taste of what you're going to get.
Yeah, the trailer.
Pretty much like the demo and the trailer just gives you.
The trailer's the entree. Like the trailer, that's the appetizer to the main game because it's like. That's a trailer. It's like you see it like in movies where it's like I'll just take a random one in for example, like the new Transformers is coming out. Yeah, have you seen that? Like the new trailer?
Yeah, the trailer. Yeah, the Beast Wars.
Yeah, like it gives you a holy shit, it's Optimus is a monkey, Optimus is a gorilla.
Exactly.
Like that's like holy shit, and then it's like who else is gonna be there? We don't know.
Most of the complaints were over like the stories being bland, the world being bland, the dialogue being trash.
Is it like I want to guess that the stories are the run of the mill?
Yeah.
Something bad, like everything's fine. Something bad happened in your past or happened recently. Now, for some odd circumstance,
this hero has to save her.
You are now the only person that can save it.
Yep.
Conflict. Like character development, end guy, beat it.
Yeah.
And it's just like I remember seeing recently, before we recorded, I looked up the ratings for it on IMDb. I'm pretty sure, or not IMDb, it is a 6 out of 10. And
Yeah.
it is 6.
Pretty much.
It's
That's
6
pretty much
across
what it
the
is.
board. Which, I mean,
Pretty much literally what it is 6, a literally mid okay 6
I
out of
mean,
10.
that's fine. Like, I personally, I feel like that's okay. I mean, it's better than being.
Yeah, that's
garbage.
okay, but not, the standards are higher. It just
Hell
feels,
yeah.
it really just feels like an outdated ass game.
Because it's like, you can't really make games like that. And you can't really make, oh, my flashlight just turned on. You can't really make games that are in that older style. And I think I know what
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about. Where when I say older style, I mean like
It's like that simplified adventure type
it's simplified.
game.
There's no thinking
very-
to it. It's
yeah.
literally just, it's linear. It's very like, oh, you get the sword,
Yeah.
you kill things, you get a better one, you do more, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And I feel
People just
like,
want more.
yeah, people just want a lot more of that medium because it's like, or not want more of it. They don't want that medium anymore because people grow. People are like, oh, okay, I would like something more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess in this case, Forspoken tried to do. I feel like they tried to do both. They tried to give a lot, but not give too much.
Yeah.
To where it's like, oh, it's a simplified experience, but it's like got some in-depthness to it.
To me, it just seems like the vision wasn't fully realized because
Yeah.
it feels like at first they really were trying to like realize something, but maybe they got brain farts throughout and they just
Yeah.
couldn't come up with anything
Or-
outside of like
What's
the
the-
innovative stuff they had.
What's the phrase? It was better on paper than it was in action.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I might check it out. You said the demo is a
Yeah, the demo's out. I mean,
I might
the,
check.
the game's $70, which is going to take us to one of our next topics. This game's being
overpriced.
overpriced now. Not overpriced, but just being priced higher.
Yeah,
I feel like that
should not be.
that puts a wrench in things a lot
Oh, yeah.
because some games are worth that much, but that's the standard.
Yeah.
So that means whether a game has like 20 hours of content or 15 to 10 hours of content, or whether it's a triple A or double A, usually it'll be $70 each
Yeah.
time.
And it's just kind of like, hold up,
It used to be 60 because jeez, it
ignore me.
it used to be 60, which I feel like was a fair price, and for the most part, $10 difference isn't that much when you think of it from the bigger scope of things. $10 difference isn't that like much, to be honest. But when every game you see has that $70 price tag, it just looks
Oh yeah, because it's that
the difference
mass-
is there. You can tell the
Well,
difference.
the reason it is $70 to begin with is because of the next
Next gen.
gen. Yeah.
Which I get for some games that like
Yeah.
utilize it. Forspoken feels like a fucking PS3 game, bro. Like
Really?
it feels like a.
Like, it feels like-
Does it look like it? No, but it feels like
an
something
older
that
game.
could have been made during the PS3 era.
Yeah.
But it's just been remastered or some shit.
And the thing too is like,
And it's $70.
I get that it's like, oh yeah, it's next gen. It's that quality thing. But I feel like nowadays, next gen is becoming the new normal. And then it's going to be $70 is the new normal price point. And it's like, why? If the whole point of making it $70 was to establish that, oh yeah, this is a next gen game. You're paying $10 extra for the next gen experience.
Yeah.
And then nowadays it's like, oh, because eventually everyone will have an Xbox Series S. Everyone will have it. It'll become the new
Yeah.
360.
Yeah.
Eventually. It will take a lot of time, but eventually it will. Will games still be $70? Will they go up to $80? Like, will
That's a
there
good
be
question.
a next gen? Like it's as a, like
Hopefully, yeah.
marketing wise, it's kind of dumb because it's like, oh yeah, the next gen. Now you have to pay $20 extra. Now they're
Yeah.
$80 a game, and it's just kind of like
I hope it doesn't get to that point.
I don't
think it will, because at that point I won't really be. I'll only buy games so seldomly if that happens.
Because
it's going to crash the market.
think about like the bundles that come out. Those are usually $90, $80.
Yeah.
Like for instance,
exactly.
I'll just like I'll name drop Destiny 2 because I remember playing that I haven't played that in a while, but I remember my girlfriend. Wow, I don't know why I said that. Ashley got me this. She got me the $100 bundle for Destiny 2 a while ago, and I was thinking about it, and I was like thinking about that now. It's like, will that in the future be $120 now? Like, will that also go up in price because it's the next gen experience?
Like it might.
Like, will games just forever now just be $70? The other thing though is I know that indie games, like by small developers, those will always stay at a fixed price. Those will either be $30, $10, $15, $40.
That's why I like my Nintendo Switch so much, because there's so many indie games on there that you can find them for like, bro, $3, $8, $12, and they're all like cool games too.
Got water on me.
Which I fuck with.
No, yeah, and plus like the Switch, I haven't seen any games for $70, and they still sell like crazy. Like that Mario Kart, that game still sells. I bought that game recently.
Yeah, I say I might need to get that.
Like I bought that game.
Huh? You got Mario Kart?
Yeah, I got Mario Kart.
I might have to play that. I might have to play that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You finished Breath of the Wild.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Hogwarts Legacy. I'm
not a Harry Potter fan, but I have seen a little bit about that game.
I brought this up. I put this topic down because I've seen so much stuff about it, and I am
I've seen quite a bit.
So I'm not personally a Harry Potter fan. However, I am so worried that this game is going to be a cyberpunk situation because I'm 90% sure
it's not finished.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna see. Is this a CD Projekt Red game? I think CD Projekt.
So.
Let's see. Let me look it up. But
They is it because it feels like it doesn't feel like Forspoken, because at least the world in Harry Hogwarts was literally like stylized to where you could tell they were going for something.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's Harry Potter, duh. You can just do that. But
okay. So it's not by CD Projekt Red. It is by Avalanche Software, published by Warner Brothers Games. Okay. So wow, the last game they developed was Cars 3: Driven to Win.
Oh god.
But so my main thing is, this game is going to promise so much. It's going to, you can explore all of it. You can get so many spells. You can do all this extra shit. It's so fun.
I heard that it's not even like co-op or nothing either.
It's like, I think it's like a single player.
People were mad. Yeah, people were mad because there's no option for that.
I mean, like my thing is, if that's the case, then that campaign better have so much replayability.
It better.
Because the thing is with a strictly solo game, you can't just make a one and done story. You have to make side quests, extra stuff, like tech trees that upgrade shit. Yeah. You have to give a reason to play the game afterwards. Otherwise, it becomes a spanned out 12-hour game that you will never touch again.
Yep.
And it has to give all think of the last game that you may have played that was a single player only game that you were like, after beating, you're like, oh, I want to play more.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think of much. The only one that comes to mind personally is that God of War.
Yeah.
Because they had a bunch of side content afterwards.
Yeah.
Granted,
side content.
Yeah. Granted, that's a different medium than the Harry Potter game, but still, there is a lot of potential there. And I'm just worried that this game's going to come out, people are going to play it, it's either going to be buggy or it's going to be not as good as they expected.
I definitely just see it being buggy, because even when the trailers we were seeing like a lot of pop-in stuff, a lot of like texture changes, and shit, just video game shit.
It's just it's another instance of like, am I biting too much? Am I biting too much that I can chew?
Yeah.
That like it can't chew, and I feel like unless they actually tackle this really well, I feel like either it's going to be one of two things. The game is going to be underwhelming, it's going to be underdeveloped, it's going to be a cyberpunk situation, or they're actually going to keep to their promise and it's going to be a good game. Am I personally going to buy it? Probably not.
Probably not either.
But I still like to talk about it because, I like games. We like games.
Yeah. I mean, and the review's going to come out, so we'll know. That game's popular. Everyone's going to review it. We'll know.
In the topic of failing games, we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Starfield.
Yeah.
The new game that comes after Bethesda.
Long time coming,
dude. I feel like it's going to be a Fallout 4. It's going to be nothing but a Fallout 4 mod. Because I've heard it's built off the same engine, and it's essentially Fallout in space.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
To me, I'm like, if it isn't really in depth and really like, okay, so I can't say I expect it to be finished, because my counter argument was going to be I would just play No Man's Sky, because I love that game. Like, I play it all the time.
Yeah.
But when that game first came out, it was like a mess.
That is true.
It was like a buggy mess, so it took time to like get ready. But this is the indie studio. That's Hello Games.
Yeah.
You're Bethesda.
You're a big name.
Yeah, you've been doing it for a while.
You're a big fish in a pond.
So I don't think they're really going to have that leeway. The only reason I would give them that leeway is simply because the concepts are similar. Yeah. It's like a big space sandbox game where you can like do stuff. And I'm mad that it's on the Xbox, because I won't be able to play it unless I got a PC, but I'll do that. But I'm not that from what I've seen, bro, because they're reluctant on even showing shit from it. in the first place. They barely showed anything. From what I've seen, it looks it looks okay. It looks like they're got something going,
but it just looks like
No Man's Sky. It's like they need a little more. Yeah, it's just a little more of their own twist to it.
My thing too is like I said, in the gameplay trailer, which by the way came out last year, June 22nd. So it has been a hot minute since they've posted anything.
I think they I don't know if he was reacting to the old one, but I was watching a streamer react to like new footage of them like
really
showing. Well, like in the stuff did you react to? Was it like did you see? Was it like them shooting guns and like this? It
was the official gameplay reveal. It was 15 minutes long,
and it was Todd Howard talking.
I believe so. I think it's just like a voiceover.
What I've seen, it was like Todd Howard like actually like talking and like cutting from him to the gameplay.
I think it's
It would show them talking to aliens and the gunplay too.
Yeah,
because the gunplay just look. The gunplay to me looks so and so.
The thing is like it. Okay, have you played Fallout 4 before?
Yeah, a little bit of it.
So you know the snappy like the guns like I'm always referencing this because it's the only thing that not the only thing. It's something I see in both games. In the trailer and this game.
Mm-hmm.
In the game, in Fallout 4, you walk. It's stiff as hell, right? You walk. It's like it's
yeah,
like
it is.
quick.
Yeah.
In the gameplay trailer, it looks almost exactly the same. Like it looks like the same, like wobbly, and then you immediately
copy and paste engine. Yeah, bro.
It looks the exact same.
I like that.
That's why I referenced it being a Fallout 4 mod because it's like, not literally, but it almost seems like that. Because
there's another game like that was criticized for just being like a port of the last engine, and they just put it on there. I'm trying to think of what it was. I feel like it was was it a sports game? I don't think so, but yeah, there's another game where it got some flack because they were kind of just building it off the Arkham game.
Oh,
yep.
Arkham Knights.
Yep, Arkham game. Yep, it's pretty much just built off the same engine, but with no improvements. So it just looks like more bland as a game.
Yeah, and like my thing is I feel like this game they're
like the word for it is a reskin. It's a reskin.
Oh
yeah. That's the word for
That's
it.
what I was trying to think of. It's like I feel like this game is going to be either much like the last one, Hogwarts is either going to be a big flop or it's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which if it's alright, I can get into it. I feel like the video game industry in and of itself is flatlining.
Yeah.
In the sense of I feel like content creators. I feel like companies think that nowadays people will buy any game. They know they will, and because of that, they're like, oh, okay.
If the concept or the stylized choice like relates to them, they'll get it. Like that's why we get a game.
And it's like I feel like they'll be like, okay, we'll half-ass this entire game, we'll slow development down, and then we'll release. That's what happened with Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And with a bunch of other games, is they would release it halfway done, and then people would be like, what the hell is
and that's also a thing I'm talking about because I saw a YouTube video about has gaming gotten worse because so many games are coming out unfinished?
Yes.
And for that $70 price tag we're talking about earlier, is that fair to customers?
It's not.
That is, obviously it's not. But like, it's a question like, is it fair to customers for you to make a game, spend all this time on it, marketing it, just to like, just to slap them in the face, basically giving them the game when it's like not even really playable.
Yeah, and
to where you would expect for the money you paid for it.
Yeah.
It just feels disrespectful to the customer.
That's what that was a big example of that was Cyberpunk. I know I keep bringing it up, but it's because that game.
Yeah, bro, that was supposed to be the next game. I remember. It was supposed to be like the next
They
game.
promised so much with it, and when it came out, it was a mess. They had promised that it would work on the original Xbox and PS4.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then they promised it would run just the same at 60 frames on the old consoles and the new ones.
Yeah.
And when it came out, you couldn't even look at your own character in the beginning scene. Like in the beginning scene, it's like you look in the mirror, like, man, Night City's kind of stinking up or something.
Yeah.
And you couldn't even see the mirror. It was a blank texture.
Oh wow.
And you walk out and everyone's doing the A pose and like no one's talking. It is terrible. Granted, now that it has been fixed, like when did Cyberpunk come out? Like granted now
beginning of 2021, I want to say.
Let's see, Cyberpunk release date. I think it came out December 10th, 2022.
Oh wow.
So looking back,
December 10th, 2022.
That was when the initial release date was in December 10th. The full release was December 10th.
Nigga, that's like a month ago.
I know.
It's been out since like for at least a year or two now.
And it feels like it was out like 6 months ago. Weirdly enough.
No. I'm saying like it didn't. Like that's not. That's not true. Like
okay.
That's a month ago. Like it's been out for at least like a year.
Yeah.
That may be the patch or something.
Possibly. I mean, the thing is though, is like when the game released, it was horrible. It was awful and it was under-delivered. Mm-hmm. So much so that Sony and Xbox were issuing refunds, full refunds.
Yep.
No, never once have they had to do that for a game.
Bro, I feel like they should have did that for fucking Pokemon. Because I got Pokemon Scarlet on my Switch. Oh my, that game is so fucking bad. Mm-hmm. This is a perfect fucking topic for it, bro. Yeah. Because I paid $60 for that game. One, the graphics are terrible.
Oh yeah.
Two, the menu screen sucks. Three, the fights are tedious in like a Pokemon game. So like just to like do a move, you have to go through like 4 lines of dialogue. You got to click this one thing just to like do one move, and then you got to then the whole thing starts over again. The like story isn't compelling at all. Yeah, it's not like a lot of features. There's glitches all throughout. There's pop-in everywhere. Yeah. It's not. I don't feel like it's not a fully released game, and I had to pay full price for that. And I wanted to get a refund for that game because I don't want to play it because it's so bad. It's just so like not fun to me. Yeah. To where I just want my money back from it.
And it's just kind of like I just don't understand why companies now are like, oh yeah, let's release the game. Because I would rather have a game sit in the oven for longer than it be released and be half-baked.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I would rather wait for a good game to come out than have it released on the set day and then be like, oh wow, this sucks, and then have to wait like a month and a half for those patches to come out. And then the $60 price tag makes sense.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make no sense.
It's just disrespectful. But in other news, we got the M&M story. Mm-hmm. So M&M has changed their spokes candies. They're not sexy anymore, guys. We have
the red M&M.
So they replaced the animated spokes candies with Maya Rudolph, which is a good choice. I love Maya Rudolph. She's funny as fuck. But people are kind of up in arms about it because that's been a staple for so long.
It has been a staple for a long time.
And the reasoning is kind of reaching that paradox where like there's the PC to like, is this too much? Is this too PC? Are we just accommodating for stuff that doesn't really need to be accommodated for? Because for some of the reasons where like there's stuff on Twitter about them changing it from the green M&M. I think it was either the green or brown with glasses. It was the sexy one. It had like long legs. They shortened her legs at one point, and they made her, from what I've seen, they made her lesbian or something, or they like changed her sexual orientation,
something like that,
or something according to people.
I know that they turned down the sexuality factor of her because
the sex appeal. Well, I mean, what's the candy? I mean, it doesn't matter. But I just thought that was funny. Like I thought that was funny because
it's kind of like, oh shit, it's an M&M.
Yeah, it's an M&M. This is the hot M&M. Yeah, like this is the goofy dumb M&M. Hey, this is the mastermind, the goofy mastermind, but he's not as smart as you think he is. M&M.
Like it's just fun.
It was a good dynamic. I liked it.
It gave M&Ms like it kind of felt like, oh yeah, it's the yellow M&M.
It did give character. Yeah,
and it gave that extra. It gave that extra little like, oh hey, like this is kind of fun.
And I think that means a lot for a company, especially when you're marketing. When you like give your things character, it only just helps the audience connect to it more. Like let me think of something that gave their products character so it works more. Like a Guy Fieri. I wouldn't say Geico, but like it's not like some people just use.
Yeah.
But like in general, like usually like companies with mascots or whatever.
Jacks.
Yeah.
Like Apple.
Applejack's tricks, stuff like that. Yeah. Usually companies with like mascots do better because the marketability is just easier to do.
Yeah, tricks are for kids. That whole shtick. Anytime you think of tricks, you think of the bunny. You think of tricks are for kids.
Yeah, and I mean,
like Cheetos.
I don't want to think of Maya Rudolph when I think of Emmett. Like I said, I don't care. Good for her. I'm proud of her. But like, it's just not the same. Yeah. It just feels like that's not the better choice here. because people were saying that they're kind of just they're conforming to like the societal standards of like being PC and stuff because people were like outraged, like, oh, why are you giving this Eminem's sex appeal? Why should this be the standard? Like, oh,
why is this the dumb one? Why is he dumb? Why is he the assertive one?
Yeah. So it's that whole can of worms thing. So
and
just whatever you feel about it, really.
I kind of get it because, like, I will say though, I don't feel like out of all the mascots to have to get that changed, the M&Ms I feel like would be the last.
He would be last because the dynamic works perfectly.
Yeah, because I mean,
like it's literally a perfect dynamic.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with them.
And it's not like there's only 60 M&Ms. There's like 7 different types. Like there's the goon, there's the boss dude who's in over his head. There's of course the sexy M&M.
The yellow one that's dumb and like all these.
Yeah. That's the good one. Then there's the one that's kind of like the straight man, straight woman technically, because she's always like, she's around their dumbness. Yeah. So everyone has a character, and it just worked for me.
And the weird thing is here, hold on. They came out with a new character recently.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, where? Yeah, purple. They came out with the purple M&M, and the purple M&M, like I think
was it male or female?
It was a female. It was this. It was,
oh yeah.
She was like the new addition. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
And she was like the
to me she kind of was like a balanced one.
Yeah,
like
and then
the balanced woman one.
The thing is too is they also came out with a different color. Like there's green. There's the one you were talking about earlier. They came out with brown. That was the bossy one.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's like the.
And like all the characters, they like I don't.
They all have characters, bro.
Yeah,
like I like it.
They're all perfectly fine in my opinion. I think they're all a good character. They're not like super well thought, but they're simple.
Nah, you don't need company of thought. Yeah, you don't need it. It's M&Ms, bro.
Yeah, they're M&Ms. You don't even think it out that much. They're just like, oh, red. Red's the color of red. What do you think about when red? Oh, you think about like bossy. Oh, like mad.
Yeah.
Okay, let's slap some arms and legs on him and give him a character. I mean, I'm not up in throws about it. I mean, I'm still gonna go buy and think M&Ms if I ever get hungry, like at a gas station. But it's gonna feel a bit different when you see those commercials. And what's her name again?
Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph. You're gonna see Maya Rudolph talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because another company did that. They switched from like animated to like a spokesperson. I feel like
yeah.
I don't know. Whenever to me, just because I understand marketing. Spokespersons, companies who use spokespersons, they don't usually. It just doesn't work towards me the same, because I know what the trick is the whole time I watch. Like, I know what's being attempted here.
Like buy our product.
Yeah, like,
or die or something like that.
Let me add famous person here who doesn't care about it. Not saying she doesn't, because in interviews she said she loves M&M's and like she's excited, but in general,
it's like
spokespersons are just cheap to me.
But
we got to move on to our last bit of news. We have the Justin Roiland stuff.
Justin
Roiland. Talk about that.
So I'm gonna real quick as we speak. I'm gonna touch up on the drama real quick on what's going on. So, okay, here we go. The charges include 1 felony count of domestic battery with corporal injury, and 1 felony account of false imprisonment by menace, violence, and fraud or deceit. And then there was another thing. It was because of domestic violence allegations against him. There was something else that happened. I can't exactly.
Imprisonment, something unlawful imprisonment or something.
Yeah, basically domestic
when you hold
violence
someone against their will, like in your home or something.
The thing is it's like, wait, that was in 2022.
Yeah. I mean, some of these are like 2 years old, but they're servicing, but some of them are like,
Oh yeah, Rick and Morty co-creator Justin Roiland dropped by Adult Swim following domestic violence charges.
Oh really? He got dropped?
He's out of the show.
When did that come out?
That was like 2 days ago.
You have to say, yeah.
Because like he's gone from Rick and Morty.
I didn't know that, so I just now learned that. For one, that's such a hard situation because, like, bro, if he did do it, it's not good.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have a. I don't know. I feel like he shouldn't have a platform anymore. It depends on what he does after.
It's just a big kick in the face for a lot of people, because think about if Justin Roiland, he was the face and voice of Rick and Morty.
Right.
He was the 2 main characters, right?
Right.
And here's the other thing. This point was brought up by Ashley too. We were talking about this the other day. Any content that is made by other people that is of Rick and Morty now is going to be frowned upon because they're like, oh, you were in support of Justin Roiland.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you, like, now, like, Rick and Morty as a show is going to have the best bounce back possible.
I don't think, bro, see, like, I heard people talking about that. Like, I don't think you can have that show without Justin Roiland, which is why it's such, like, a bad thing. Because, for one, the charges are, like, bad. It isn't just, like, we're both being dumb.
Like, it's
domestic violence.
actual,
We're called,
like,
somebody,
real
the neighbors
shit.
called the cops because we're both yelling at each other and shit. Like,
it's real shit.
yeah, it's real
like,
shit.
It kind of goes to also show that, like, it can be the most, like, the people you don't expect that do shit like that. And it's kind of like the thing where it's like, watch out.
Yeah.
Because it could literally be the people that you would never expect.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think Rick and Morty should
Keep going.
keep going out there. I mean, it probably can. I mean, I'm sure people can do impressions of.
Oh yeah,
but,
there are tons of
yeah,
people
like there's
that
tons of people just do that for fun, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
And you can't just give him the job back because the severity of those charges. Like there has to be consequences. There has to be.
The role of Rick and Morty and these charges, the charges themselves outweigh it tenfold.
Yeah.
It's
They
like,
just outweigh it too
I'm
much.
the voice of Rick and Morty. Well, yeah, but you also did this.
Yeah.
Then that's
so
not
it's
gonna-
like so now you fucked all of us.
Yeah, because that's essentially what he did. Justin Roiland fucked all. And what's weird is because I kind of like I liked the dude. Justin Roiland was funny. I remember watching his like behind the scenes shit with filming Rick and Morty, and I was like, oh, this is a funny dude.
And it's also he also got accused / exposed. So I'm not going to say it's true, but for texting underage girls, if you heard about that too.
I've heard
like
that.
The messages. Like
I've heard that's true.
There were some goofy like messages, bro. Like Adam Levine level of like goofy messages. Cause he was like first of all he used the F slur, but he typed how he like does his comedy. So he was like, holy shit! I can't believe you got school. Like, I wish I could pull them up. They're so goofy, bro. Like,
they're so good, but it's like still that's like what
it's still bad.
No, I know.
And none of them were like outright incriminating, like him just straight up saying sexual shit. It's just like him talking to her as if like they're familiar with each other, and that they are somewhat have some type of relationship.
Yeah.
Whether it be serious or like.
But my thing is at the end of the day, he knows he's not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my thing.
Grown man.
Is like it is a grown man talking to a minor. They like grown like man. When that shit happens, like like if it goes that far, you can't do that. That's not right. That everything about that is wrong. Like I'm not saying you like as a adult you can't talk to as in like talk to anyone who's under the age of 18.
Yeah.
In a formal conversation, I should say, as in like say a family member or something like that. But it's just kind of like it's just that level of like what the fuck, like excuse my language, but like you can't just do that shit. You know that's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of like just being a grown man, understanding you're also in a position of power and fame.
And like you
also, so you have a lot of. In effect, you have a lot of other people's jobs like riding on you because you're like he doesn't just have Rick and Morty. He has like other shows that he like produces.
He knows that he has a high power standing, and I think the thing is like he let that get to his head.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could be wrong, but he let that get to his head, and he thought, oh, okay, I can do anything.
That's usually what it is. It's just when you get too famous, you just think you can't be touched anymore.
Yeah.
So
it's like, I can do whatever I want.
It plateaus until like something completely worse than it was.
Yeah. I mean. Whatever happens. I mean, Rick and Morty as a show, I bet will be completely fine.
Yeah.
But I'll just leave it at that. Whatever happens, Justin Roiland, it'll go towards it. But we got another segment, a new segment.
A new segment. I want to end it up with this. We're gonna do a few of them and have a little debates. Some would you rather's.
Some would you rather.
I have something pulled up here for us. If I can, go to our next one. We'll start one. All right. So the first one is: would you rather stare at the sun for 2 minutes or drink a liter of scalding water?
Okay, so go blind or never be able to swallow anything ever again.
Yeah. Already starting out pretty hard.
That I mean, honestly though, 2 minutes, that doesn't sound that bad. I feel like
2 minutes.
I feel like I could do that.
I can do 2 minutes. It's just do I have to like?
Well, here, hold on.
I have to like hold my eyes open like.
Let me do some research. How long, if I stare at the sun, how long does it take to go?
It just
blind?
depends on if I have to look dark it or if I can just
just
do
like
it
kinda-
normally.
If
Like
I
that,
stare
yeah.
at the sun.
Like
Let's
that.
see.
I gotta go darky or can I just look at it?
So, permanent retinal damage can occur when someone looks at the sun for 100 seconds or less. This is under 2 minutes.
Oh fuck!
So it's literally go blind or never or have terrible throat damage.
A liter, nigga, bro, a liter?
A liter. That
I've tried drinking hot water before. I cannot even take a sip of it.
Water. Now hold on. Here's the thing though. They didn't say how you have to drink it.
Yeah.
You could let it cool off, but in this sense,
But it's scalding. It's scalding.
That's the thing.
I don't think it's gonna. That shit's not cooling off.
It's either
A liter, bro.
drink. Oh my god.
I'll take my chance with the sun because I feel like
But I feel like.
I can finesse it, bro. I can finesse it. I mean, if
But
they're
what,
not.
if, but what if it's like someone's looking? It's like,
Yeah, like if they're not prying my eyes open, and I don't have to like low dark it.
because that like is it directly or just?
Bro, I
at the
cannot.
sun?
Bro, I can barely take a sip of like scalding hot water, bro. I cannot drink a liter of hot water. That's like near impossible. I feel like I at least have a chance.
with the sun. I
With
think
the
I'm
sun-
gonna go with
if-
the sun.
Yeah, if it's cloudy, if it's like behind a cloud, I can stare at it for sure for 2 minutes. Because even when it's cloudy, it still hurts. But, it's like
what if it's on like a hot summer day?
I don't know.
Then
bro.
you're screwed. Then you're done.
I just can't drink that. I can't drink
I can't
that
drink
water,
that, 'cause
bro.
that-
I cannot drink
that
that
would
water.
be the worst pain because it's inside of you.
Yeah.
It's going down your
Yes,
throat. It's going
bro,
down your
just
throat.
take hot water and say, man, you know what?
What?
I'm gonna test it.
We're gonna test it. How are we gonna test this? This is live on the show right now. We are pouring for anyone.
We're gonna let that go for like
We're
30
gonna-
seconds, and you're gonna take a sip of that hot ass water. and
We're
tell
gonna
me what you
do
do.
a whole experiment right now. This is the first episode we've done standing up.
Like the leg reveal.
Leg reveal. So I got on these blue pants. No, but that is, bro.
Look,
There's no. Is it getting steamy?
it's going to
Is it going to?
because for me, I just don't want to.
Cause like cause like hot coffee.
I think I could do it. Oh yeah, but hot coffee is like filtered out with
Yeah.
different stuff though. And so like
I mean,
it's not straight water.
Yeah, but it's just so like, I don't know. Like okay, when you drink hot coffee, it's fine. But
Yeah.
hot water, there's something about it that just like, it just hurts. Let's see. Okay, that's like more than lukewarm.
Okay, I mean
It's not-
it starts steaming.
Okay, now it's getting kind of hot.
Yeah, let me see that one.
Here, give it a little feel.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
This is a live experiment going on the Confident. This is a first for the Confident Lost podcast. We had the first.
Oh yeah, now it's steaming.
Braden was the first one to have a mukbang on the podcast. This is the first time we're standing up and walking around. Oh, that's steaming.
Yep.
Oh,
It's gonna look foggy, so
that's fine. I do
Yeah.
not mind.
so
oh
we got
my
our
god.
yeah, it's literally steam.
So-
it is white, but that's just steam. It'll clear in a second. I've done it before.
This is warm. Oh, that's really warm.
Yeah. This
Hell no.
and that is like to what I feel.
That's not scalding,
This
but
is
that-
like 10 ounces.
That's not scalding, but that's hot.
Yeah, just bruh.
I hate that. Everything about drinking warm water is just horrible.
Mm.
No, we'll leave that.
We'll
leave
leave
that
the water here.
You know what? I'll take my chances with the sun.
Mhm.
After drinking that's because that's not even.
Because where I work at, I work at a coffee shop, right? Starbucks. I
Yeah.
deal with hot water all the time, and I've tried drinking. I'm like, I'm dumb. I'm bored, so I'm like, let me pour the water in here and just take a sip. How hot is this, bro?
Yeah.
Literally burnt my throat. Like,
And the thing
5
is
hours.
too is scalding. I would assume with scalding it is boiling.
yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. So imagine you have to like boil it on like a stove to where, oh boy, your grits. Okay.
Oh, by the way,
What's up?
just to preface, I looked this up too. What happens if you drink really hot water? What are the risks? Drinking water that's too hot can damage the tissue in your esophagus, burn your taste buds, and scald your tongue.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about tongue. You're thinking about your throat, which you can't
Yeah.
control. Like you can't.
You
You
can't
can manage your tongue. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
you can't. You can't put anything on that. You can't like
Yep.
drink a little bit of aloe vera. Like, what
Yep.
are you gonna do?
You're
What is the next one?
So the next one says, would you perform petty thievery for a living, or perform grand larceny for a living?
Grand larceny? I've never heard.
I think grand larceny is tax? It's like money fraud or something.
Theft. Okay, grand larceny is theft of personal property having a value above a legally specified limit.
Yes. It's
So
like
basically, stealing from someone's house or stealing from
like
someone's
a car.
purse or
yeah,
a car.
like a car. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, which one? You gotta think.
Which one? I mean, you think about the moral compass. Eliminate the moral compass, because if it's a moral compass, I'll take petty thievery, because I hate when people steal like shit. Because I've had shit stolen like from my car and stuff. I hate when people steal stuff. So I would go petty because I'm not taking this much value and I'm still getting what I got. But
I know.
If grand larceny is dangerous, nigga. I mean, people
That is
steal
true.
from cars all the time.
That is
I might
true.
still go petty thievery.
Car stealing is like, it's a huge thing.
Yeah, like people do that. People do that here. People steal my shit.
Like, you know that little window in the right side corner? What they'll do is they'll pop that with a glass popper, come in, like go in, feel around for packages or something, pop the back, see what's in the trunk, and then get in there in 10 seconds and leave.
Oh.
It's insane how fast they do it.
Yeah, I mean, just park your car in like a city, like a major city like Dallas or something, and you end up with your
all your stuff
your
gone.
tires off like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Shit. So
Yeah, petty. That's a bit easier just because petty thievery.
yeah. What the fuck? Would you rather be Lindsay Lohan or be Miley Cyrus? Is that a question?
Be Lindsay Lohan or be Miley Cyrus?
That's easy.
Who?
Miley Cyrus. Why would I want to be Lindsay Lohan, bro?
I don't.
Lindsay Lohan's always she's always did some shit. Two, she's had like both of them had like shitty lives, you could say, but Miley Cyrus' life has definitely been way more fun and free.
Plus, I feel like it'd be kind of fun. Yeah, Miley Cyrus feel like it'd be definitely.
Yeah,
more
but she
fun.
especially Miley Cyrus now, bro. She should be doing whatever.
She should be doing whatever. Oh, let's go. Oh, you plugged in? I was like, what?
I'm trying to try it.
Oh, here. It's not plugged in. Quick technical difficulties, folks.
There you go.
Anyway.
So
I feel like Miley Cyrus
Miley
should be the more fun of the two.
No,
I love how this
Miley.
intimidating cup of water is just steaming.
Is it steaming?
It's like it's getting like the little like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. Oh wait, I'm gonna do the.
Oh, the condensation. Yeah.
It's the funnel.
Wow, what the hell?
Oh,
Science.
Oh shit. That's kind of hot. I'll clean it up. I'll clean it up after the show.
Science.
Anyway.
Okay. So we'd rather be Miley Cyrus. The next one is: would you rather eat only lima beans for the rest of your life, or be allowed to eat your favorite meal but only 3 times a week?
Oh. Okay, but what if your favorite meal is lima beans? That's a weird one.
Be allowed to eat your favorite meal but only 3 times.
Is that
a
the
week.
only thing you eat?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing.
3
you eat those
times a
days.
week.
We're just gonna pretend like it's the only thing. So would you only be able to eat 3 times a week, but it's like your favorite thing ever? But,
Yeah,
or just lima beans whenever, but that's the only thing you can ever eat.
I mean, if you eat lima beans forever, you're not going to get the nutrients that you need.
Yeah.
You'll probably die.
You probably gonna turn to a plant.
Your whole digestive system will be screwed.
I'm gonna go with.
I'm gonna go
meal.
with favorite meal because because you could cheat it and be like, oh, my favorite meal is like a family platter.
Yeah,
from Outback Steakhouse.
it's like KFC.
And it's like
bucket of
food.
chicken.
It's like food for a week, and it's like,
Hell
oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of an easier one.
Okay.
Let's see, what's next?
Would you rather have your best friend be a girl or have your best friend be a guy?
Okay, see, this is weird because technically I have both.
Yeah.
Ashley, and then like you and a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I would. Yeah. I mean, in general, I'd rather be a guy. It's more relatable.
yeah,
Honestly,
I guess.
I can see both sides though.
Oh, yeah, I could
I
see
am
too.
good friends with like girls too, and they give me like perspective on different stuff.
Yeah, it's just that's a weirder question because it's like you and I both have best friends that are girls and boys.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like,
Oh yeah, I don't really have a preference. But I mean, if I have to, I guess a guy, just because it's more
I guess
relatable from like
a guy.
a general perspective.
Yeah.
Just from general
I guess a guy.
guy power.
Guy dudes.
How would you rather have to wear a Barney costume for the rest of your life, or have to eat a bowl of cereal and mustard every morning?
Man, I'll take the bowl of cereal. Because here's the
Yeah.
thing. Here's the thing. Could you imagine? Say you took the blue one, and it's a year past. That Barney costume's covered in rain. It's covered in mud.
That Barney costume's covered everything.
Sweaty.
You're getting no hose. Everyone's gonna look
No
at you
hose,
weird.
no bitches.
No hose, no bitches. You're purple. You're wearing a dinosaur costume. Kids are gonna be scared of you.
The family gathering is always awkward because of you. I'll take the bowl of cereal and
You're gonna be
mustard.
like Freddy Fazbear walking around.
Pretty fast. Oh, Oh, that's a weird one though.
Bowl of cereal. Yeah, I go bowl of cereal.
I'll go bowl of cereal. That one's a bit.
I guess, man. The mustard is insane, but you know, whatever.
Wait.
Would you rather live in a penthouse in LA or live in a townhouse in London?
Ooh, that's kind of
good question. That is hard because I see the appeal on both.
Because penthouse in LA, that seemed fun, but also, I mean, you're in LA.
You're in LA.
Whereas in London, it's more of like a calmer state.
I do like townhouses. What is a townhouse?
A townhouse. I'm pretty sure a townhouse is more of like a traditional style of house. I believe we're getting the live coverage. I think a townhouse is more like. Let's see.
Townhouse.
I like that
shit.
That's a nice style.
No, because that's what I thought it was. Because I said if I ever wanted to live somewhere, I go to U of A all the time, right?
Yeah.
And they have like hell apartment buildings that look like townhouses because they're like connected together. I would love to live in a place like that. One, because I like living in like places where I feel like there's people like surrounding me, so I don't feel like it's not that I don't feel alone, but it's like I feel like there's presence everywhere.
And like in a penthouse, that like okay, I got a little hot take here.
Okay.
Penthouses are extremely inefficient as homes, simply because you have way too much room.
What's the difference between a penthouse and a townhouse?
A penthouse, I feel like when you think of penthouse
is like more extravagant.
Like extravagant. It's got the big yard. It's got the big like room. Woo woo. Sorry, got a little too into it there, folks. Anyway,
we're good. Go ahead. You're good.
That just scared.
Wow. Okay.
What happened? Like, that messed me up. Anyway,
we talk penthouse and townhouses. Okay. They're different.
Like, okay, a penthouse. When you think of the penthouse, you think like the big library, big rooms. Like the rooms are huge. Like it could fit this whole building in it. Yeah. But a townhouse, I feel like that is more of a not compact, but comfortable living.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like being comfortable and like snug in like my living, so like where everything just feels like
everything
I could go out here and I could probably do something of like note, right? Like, I can like see somebody. I can go to the lobby. I can like
it's enough space to where you feel comfortable, but you also have enough space to breathe.
Yes.
And in a penthouse, I personally feel like if I had to choose the two, I'd choose townhouse. Because one, it doesn't feel artificial.
I wouldn't want to live in this house, like just in general. I like townhouses.
Because it wouldn't feel artificial. I feel like in a penthouse, it's sad because it's like you have these big rooms with like and when it's
suffering from success.
Yeah, suffering from but it's like for real, it's not suffering from success, but it is for real. Like you imagine being in a penthouse alone, all that extra space, all those extra seats, and no one to fill them.
Yeah.
That would be depressing.
That'd be too depressing.
Because you'd think like, oh yeah, a penthouse, it'd be so cool.
But in a townhouse, there's like neighbors everywhere.
Yeah,
like you walk out and you'll see
you have people in a penthouse. Who are your neighbors? Jamie Foxx?
Yeah.
Like some random.
It's almost like a dorm. That's why I like living in the dorms. It's because like just the novelty of like.
Knowing that other people are around you.
Yeah, but you also have your own privacy at the same time. Yeah. So it's not like, oh my God, he can hear literally everything I'm doing. Yeah. Maybe some that'll happen, but
like you can just talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do 10 of these. Is that 4? I want to say this is 4.
I think this was 5.
Okay.
I believe this was 5. This next one will be 6.
6. Okay.
Okay.
If you could only choose one futuristic accessory to own, would you rather own a Google Glass or an Apple smartwatch?
Smartwatch.
I think smartwatch should. What's smartwatch again?
Okay, Google Glass is like what it's. Okay, you know the Edith glasses from Spider-Man.
Yes.
Imagine a dumbed down version of the Edith glasses.
Imagine that John Lennon. Sure. Playing on YouTube Music.
Oh, I did say Google. That's my Google Home. Sorry, that's my Google Home.
Hey,
Google Home. Hey Google.
Oh.
Hey Google. God damn it. Stop.
Dude, everything's going wrong. It's because of the water. It's because the water's here.
It's because you say Google. You can't say Google and they'll answer.
No, but the G glasses, those glasses, what they do is essentially it projects, not like literally.
It's like those Futurama glasses.
Pretty much. It's
I always
like
wanted one of those. See, look, I always wanted one of those, but I don't think we're there yet. So I don't think
yet.
this would be like.
And the thing, I personally own an Apple Watch. Those things, like, it's practically a mini phone on your wrist because you can make text messages, you can make calls.
That's true.
And like you could like.
I need one.
It is a good accessory. Plus, it tracks your health. It can track your heartbeat. It can track your fitness. It's such a good accessory to have. It makes life a lot easier.
Excuse me.
Honestly, Apple smartwatch.
Apple smartwatch. I agree. I agree.
What?
40%?
Oh, I just now realized we haven't been clicking on the last 4, but that's alright.
Oh yeah, I thought it.
Yeah, I feel like those. Okay, what's next?
Would you rather be a male with female features and body parts, or be a female with male features and body parts? Male.
Really?
Because I feel like if you're people are generally people that's like a no.
I would be a female.
Because my argument want to be people have types for that, but people have types for that too.
I would say
for both.
I would say be female with male features and body parts, because at that rate you're just a dude with long hair and a high pitched voice.
Yeah.
At that rate,
but also if you're a female with male features and body parts, you probably have like
this is
just genetically like you're
this is just
stronger
being transgender.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Know that.
I mean
that's kind of see it.
Yeah.
I personally would be a female with male features and body parts, because it's kind of just like you're just a dude.
You know, male with female features.
That is a weird question.
Because like not saying I want to be one,
no,
but
obviously.
femboys and like shit like that exists.
Yeah.
So there's like a whole like market for that. So if I was that, one, I can make money off of that.
Yeah.
Two, I could definitely find a partner because people are like attracted to that anyway.
Yeah.
Three, it wouldn't look that jarring maybe. I feel like I've seen men with like female like characteristics on them.
No, yeah.
Like just like pretty looking men.
Yeah.
If that's a term for it.
That's a weirder question.
What's the word? What's the word for it? It's generically conventionally like good looking or pretty.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. That's a weirder question.
All right, but since you answered first, I'll take yours since you got the first answer. We'll see which one's has.
Watch it be less.
I gotta
man.
You know.
Underrated.
I definitely see both sides. I see both sides.
Yeah. What's next?
Would you rather be attractive and poor or be ugly and rich?
Ooh, ugly and rich.
Yeah.
Because it's like your definition of ugly could be someone else's definition of attractive.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's the other thing is like when people say because I've seen
and
that.
I feel like there are attractive poor. I've seen attractive poor people, and they're attractive.
Still
They're still poor.
Yeah,
like it doesn't really change.
The thing though is too is like ugly and rich. Like if you have the say we have the moral standards we have now, we wouldn't be spending money on like stupid stuff. Mm-hmm. Like you would obviously spend like take a girl out to a good date, like that, treat her nice and stuff like that. Yeah. And then like eventually you would find someone. It would just take a bit longer. And plus cosmetic surgery, like anything like that.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
There are no rules here.
Come on, man. Oh wait, I didn't click it. Which one? I want to see which one won. That's a good.
I bet it's ugly and rich. What?
These niggas tripping.
Really?
Y'all don't believe that.
Really?
Be attractive and poor. Y'all don't believe that, bro.
Really? Ugly and rich?
They don't believe that.
What's this?
Would you rather get electrocuted for 10 seconds or get slapped 20 times? That's hard.
It depends.
Have you seen slap fighting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Slap. Okay.
But I mean, but that's like
no. Yeah.
Tiers higher, but still, like 20 slaps. Someone slaps you 20 times. There's a good chance at least 7 to 8 are like going to be like good perfect slaps, like good.
I'm trying to think. Like, how long? Like, okay. I would say get electrocuted.
That's a whole. Yeah.
But the thing is by
they could lower the voltage, but I would say electrocution is a whole it's a whole death like.
Yeah, you can die from that.
Yeah, like that. That's a whole death technique.
It's just like, what is electrocuting me? Is it like the little bubble gum zapper thing that have a piece of gum? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Or like the shake hand thing? Or is it like a literal power grid? Like that's the question.
No. I mean, an electric chair is lethal, but people just use it for torture too. So you can like lower the voltage and just have it like hurt and not die. But what I'm thinking is, because this is the thing. Would you rather get too in depth when it doesn't have to be? Who am I getting slapped by? Because if I'm getting slapped by a woman 20 times, I think I could take that, even though it would still hurt. Because women can't slap, but just a general strength disparity between females and males. I just don't want to rash or nothing, bro. Because I've seen those slap fights and they're slapping like the same spot over and over.
You're done.
Yeah, like
because you know that like fuzzy feel, like when a part of your body it's got that fuzzy feeling.
If I can get 10 on each side, I might take 10 on each side.
I'm gonna assume it's just someone slapping you 20 times nonstop.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get electrocuted, bro. That's different from just being tased.
You know what?
That's like electric currents through like your whole body, and the thing is on your head too.
I'll do slap simply because it's more blunt than it is internal.
Yeah,
it's like the water thing.
That's my point.
If you are to drink scalding hot water,
yep.
you are all of this inside of you. You can't do anything about that.
Yep, that's my point.
You can't heal. You have to wait. Plus, think about it. You couldn't eat, and getting slapped. It's just on. That makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
Because think about it. Like if you slap your face, slap the face like that. What's the worst that'll happen? Your face will hurt.
Yeah. Your face will hurt for a while.
If you get electrocuted, something in here could get messed up, and it's like,
if I don't like if it's the motherfucking Big Show slapping me 20 times.
Oh, then your
I'm
jaw's
gonna
getting
do that. Yeah,
dislocated.
but if it's like let's say not that you're weak, but let's say just you because we're normal. Like it's normal. Let's say it's you or something. I might take that.
Yeah,
unless it's like a big professional athlete or something. So assuming we're just like normal people.
It's just a normal person.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we got now 3 more left. Okay. Only read Marvel or only read? Oh,
this
2. Okay, yeah, this is 2. Okay.
If you were only allowed to read one company's book, what would you read? I would only read Marvel or only read DC.
DC.
I'm a DC guy. Yeah.
DC.
I'm a
100%. DC Comics.
I'm a DC guy.
DC Comics. I won't even lie. Those because I got 3 comics at home.
To me they get more in depth and it's just a more fun world because of how like imagine because in DC it's like space. Aliens, universal.
There's more to it.
Universes and like different shit. Marvel is to an extent it is that too, but it's more grounded most of them. It's not superheroes can't be grounded, but in terms of superheroes comparatively,
it's more grounded. It's a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
Whereas DC, I know that they have like the Killing Joke. They have all these other comics that actually get really nasty and gritty with it.
And not to mention like the artists for DCs are
those
good. Like
they're so good.
Like I like Alex Ross. You know what Alex Ross is? He does like
do.
the realistic like paintings and shit. Let me show you.
Let me see. No, but I 100% go DC because Marvel's known for movies. DC is known for their comics. Oh yeah, this stuff.
Yeah, like these
that
illustrations.
Art goes crazy,
bro. He's so good at it. But yeah, you're not getting. I'm sorry, but you're not getting shit like that.
You're not getting that same quality from Marvel. Oh, yeah. We buying a poster.
But yeah, DC.
DC,
that shit's so clean, bro. Oh my. That shit's so clean, bro.
That is on a comic book panel. Like that is insane to me. Okay, I swear. All right, let's see.
What? MCU's cloud your brains, man.
No.
Give DC a few more years. Give him a few more years. You're gonna be up there. Would you rather be 4 feet tall or 8 feet tall? That's a good question. I've thought about that a few times.
See, being 8 feet tall, you're gonna have to find the longest pants imaginable.
Yeah.
When you're 4 feet tall, you can fit in anything.
And there are 4 feet tall people, so you could find companionship with that.
Plus short kings.
And like relatability. I don't think there's a lot of relatability when you're 8 feet tall. Who the fuck is 8 feet tall? Mm-hmm. I think there's only like one person in history that was like even nearer than he was like 7. He was like 7'10", 7'9", 7'11". So I would say be 4 feet. I'm gonna take 4 feet.
Excuse me.
That was the easiest. So we do one more. We need a little harder.
Yeah, we'll do one more. Dang, yeah, because if you're 8 feet tall, you're gonna hit that fan.
Yeah, literally.
And plus, like the only thing, not the only thing, obviously. Oh wait. Okay.
Go on.
Live in Hyrule.
Would you rather live in Hyrule or live in a Mushroom Kingdom?
Okay, hold on.
So we'll make arguments for each because I'm not a Zelda guy, but I think you're a Zelda guy.
I
am a Mario guy.
Okay, hold up. So in Hyrule, oh shit.
Hyrule feels dangerous though.
But
because it feels like the threats are like not because I don't know you know more than me. Okay. I feel like Zelda's more of like a
more threat-worthy
game. Is Mario's like a family like kid games where
Bowser.
Yeah, but what's that Gandalf?
Ganondorf. Gandalf. No, Ganondorf.
He looks scary to me. Bowser looks scary too. Okay. I don't know, because I feel like in Zelda there's like humans and shit, so it feels more like...
It feels more natural.
Yeah, it feels more natural, like threats, more believable threats to like Mario, where it's like... these fucking Goombas I can just step on or some shit. But I don't know.
That's
like,
the thing,
why
though.
you're
It's
here.
like that's the thing, though. Is I feel like if you're living in the Mushroom Kingdom, for one, you would be like, what would you if you just live there? Because like, what's the thing? Is like, oh, you're the only.
You'd be a citizen.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, what if one day Bowser comes by and just because that's what happened in Super Mario Galaxy. He just rained terror on them for no reason.
And he is always trying to get on the princess too.
He's just trying to do. He's doing.
He's a
him.
horn dog, bro. What can I say?
But Hyrule though, Hyrule is dangerous because it's like okay. And
I just feel like from what I've seen, either is Breath of the Wild Hyrule or is that somewhere else?
I think it is here. Let me just to be sure.
I think because if I'm not mistaken, Hyrule is just like the whole land. Like, in
Hyrule.
general.
Let's see. Hyrule. Let's see. What is it?
Because the Mushroom Kingdoms, I feel like it's full of more like fun and like citizen-worthy stuff to do.
Let's see.
Because there's like an entire kingdom.
Okay, yeah. So Hyrule is in the new game. That's the one that I gave you, Breath of the Wild. It is the new. Oh my goodness gracious! Let me turn off the legend for it.
Is that the map?
Yeah, it was the map. So Hyrule. Oh my goodness. Okay, first off, Hyrule is huge. However, the thing with Hyrule though is that there's a lot of threats outside them walls. So it's like this. I don't. The thing is though is like when
because in Zelda I be seeing like monsters and shit. I'll be like,
it's
so scary.
It's like I don't know though. It's just weird. Yeah, that was the map I pulled up. Because Hyrule's huge. However, with that hugeness comes hugeness. With that big area. Wow, that just sounded the exact same way. with the area though, it's like there are threats everywhere, and so it's like you can't be too sure. Oh, you pull up the Mushroom Kingdom map.
Yeah.
That looks small. I don't know if there's actually a canonical.
Does that not just look? I mean, no, because in Super Mario there's like a mini map of like the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's canonical either.
It's weird.
Oh, that's Disneyland. What the fuck? Sprixie Kingdom. That's a whole. See, like the thing on Mario, there's like
lots of
different. Oh yeah, see, the motion right here it is.
Okay,
Damn, that's big.
Both are big, but both come with threats. Because here's the thing: you would think that like, oh yeah, a Goomba, but like, how big is the like? Okay, think about how big the Goomba is in retrospect to Mario.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, when like, say I'm a stand.
Mario's short though.
Because like,
even a princess.
well, okay,
Mario.
let's say Mario has a mushroom.
Mario is Zelda short.
Like, let's say like it's when he has his mushroom. They stand up to right here. Could you imagine?
That's true.
Walking up to a Goomba this big and being like, oh yeah, I got this, and it's like up here to your waist.
I mean, if all I have to do was step on it.
But you can't jump.
Yeah.
We can't jump as high as Mario can.
Yeah.
That dude's got like some kind of pedigree step.
Dude got them Olympic hops.
Them Olympic hops. He has played in a lot of Olympic games. That's a weird one.
I'm going with the.
I'll go with Mushroom Kingdom though, because honestly, I would rather have.
I wonder what people say. I wonder if they go Mushroom.
They go Mushroom Kingdom because it's like okay.
I just think it's more cartoony. I think just simply because it's more cartoony than Zelda is cartoony.
Which would you rather have to deal with? A giant goblin with a club that could smash you into pieces, or a Koopa Troopa that just walks up to you and touches you and you're done?
Not hard.
Well, actually, now that you say it like that, it's kind of like because it's either
because Mario has like different enemies too. Because they have like the like you said, the Koopa Troopers who have like the wings and they'll just throw shit at you.
Fireballs, bullet bills.
But if I'm leaving in the Mushroom Kingdom, I don't gotta worry about that.
That is true. Unless one day Bowser's like.
But like, doesn't Hyrule have a kingdom too? Like where
technically
Zelda
yes, technically it does. But I think it's like a bit smaller. But there are other smaller kingdoms and areas around it.
Okay.
But I still agree with the Mushroom Kingdom.
I'll go Mushroom Kingdom.
Go Mushroom Kingdom.
And that ends that segment for us guys.
And
I think that'll end the episode. We'll wrap it up for you real quick. So this is a Wednesday episode. I'm probably I'm gonna be gone during the weekend. Yeah. So next week I have my barber wants to get on again.
Oh, he wants to get on again?
Yeah, he wants to. Sweet. Next Sunday he wants to try to come on here to try a guest. So next episode after this one, you should probably be seeing him soon. Mm-hmm. What else was I about to say? Oh yeah, the questionnaire. Mm-hmm. So we kind of forgotten about that, but I want to post a lot more. We have a question submission things where you can submit questions for us to answer for you.
Yeah.
Which we probably could have used for this episode, but I think we still did. We still did pretty good. We had our own stuff to talk about. Yeah. But for future episodes, I want to stress that we do have the questionnaire that you guys can answer on, and we'll answer all your questions. Or it doesn't have to be a question.
You can give us like you want our opinion on something. If you like, it could be out of pocket question. Well, not super out of pocket question. But it could be like those intrusive thought questions, or like just a like actually deeper questions. It can any question you want us to answer.
Yeah.
That way, and of course, when we do it, we'll be like, do you want to shout them out? Like, oh yeah, this person said. We'll shout y'all out.
Yeah, if they want to.
Yeah, if they don't care. But
that being said, guys, this has been Confidently Lost. I've been DeMonte Jameson.
I'm Aaron Kraft.
We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Toodles.